So we are continuing on with our theme for the year, head and heart, one mind. And I want to start us off, let me take a step back and say thank you to all who stood in place, who was here last week, our practitioners, our wonderful practitioner corps who led the service and did the service. I was listening in online, and it was a beautiful service, the Q&A. And I'm eternally grateful for this community and our practitioners so that I can go to the convention and take time off. So thank you to our practitioner corps. Now, we are continuing with our theme for the year, head and heart, one mind. And our theme this month is trust to feel. And as I have been doing lately for some time now, that is to lead us in a moment of gratitude before we go any further into the message itself. And what is this moment of gratitude? Where it's a moment that we take to bring our attention and awareness into this moment and to feel gratitude in our heart, because gratitude opens us up. It opens us up to the infinite. It opens you up to the infinite right here and right now. It opens me up to the infinite right here and right now. Gratitude is ongoing prayer. It is a sign of ongoing prayer. And prayer is a heart full of gratitude. As Joe Dispenza would say, it is an opportunity for us to be engaged in elevating, changing our energy, that is, elevating our emotion, and then maintaining that elevated sense and feeling of gratitude and love and joy, because that is our practice, to familiarize ourselves with what it feels like to be so grateful and so in love and so full of joy and so full of relief, not just for a few seconds, but that we maintain it. And what we're doing in our moment of gratitude, we're learning how to maintain this feeling of gratitude. And when we do it collectively, the collective benefits from it. We all then become available in a greater way to the infinite. And when we allow ourselves to become available in a greater way to the infinite, anything is possible. Healing can happen, and the revealing of truth can happen, and wholeness is realized. A whole lot can happen. So we know that along with a clear intention, in order for us to change, we've also got to change our energy. So our moment of gratitude, as I said, is an opportunity for us to transcend, to get beyond, to have less thinking about the past and the future, to get beyond our thoughts, our insistent thoughts about people, places, and things, just for 2 or 3 minutes. That's what we are doing, and it's a powerful practice. So in the moment, I'm going to ask you all to join me and drop it into your heart. And what I'm asking you to do is to bring your full attention and your energy into your heart area. And just pay attention to it. Allow yourself to feel the emotions of the heart, to feel love, to feel joy, to feel gratitude, and to fall into it deeper and to feel it even more if you can. So this is a powerful practice, and don't let your body talk you out of it. Don't let your body talk you out of it. So here we go. Let us all take a deep breath and relax. Drop into your heart and allow yourself to begin to feel the emotions of the heart. And if you're so moved, you can even put your hand over your heart. But just allow yourself in this moment to be so relaxed that you feel so safe, that you give yourself this opportunity to experience your heart, to experience love, and to experience gratitude, to experience joy, to feel the emotions of the heart. If you haven't got there yet, find it. Find love in your heart. Find it within you. and feel it. Feel it. Feel this gratitude, this love. Stay aware of it. And let me invite you into a deeper sense of practice of our gratitude moment. I invite you to allow yourself to remember and to think about a time when someone did something for you unexpectedly. And allow yourself to be in deep gratitude. Feel it. Maybe someone opened the door for you. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe someone showed up for you when no one else was there. Allow yourself to drop into a deeper, deeper experience of gratitude. Feel it in your heart. Feel this gratitude within you. And if you're so bold, allow yourself to begin to feel this gratitude all around you. This love, feel it within yourself and feel it all around you. Feel it. Stay aware of it. Feel it. Be grateful. Feel it. Slowly then, let us begin to bring our attention and our awareness back. Slowly come back from your deep sense of gratitude and love. So grateful for the unexpected. Bring yourself back, come back slowly, come back, come back, come back. Feeling yourself supported by your seat and grounded by your feet. Come back, come back. Let us all just take a collective breath right here. Yeah. All right. I want to start us off, as I always do, with a few spiritual principles. I'm reading from Ernest Holmes and What We Believe to get us anchored in the message for today. You can do a search online for Ernest Holmes and What We Believe to get a list of these principles that I'm reading from. Or you can go to our website and they are there too. So anyway, we're working with spiritual principle number 1. And it reads, we believe in God, the living spirit, almighty one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. Spiritual principle number 2, we believe in the individualization of the spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one spirit. Spiritual principle number 7, we believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and we believe that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. And finally, spiritual principle 11, we believe in our own soul, our own spirit and our own destiny. For we understand that the life of all is God. So this year then, our focus has been on the head and the heart. Our focus has been on bringing the two together so that the two becomes one. When the head and the heart becomes one, it takes you someplace. It takes you someplace you've never been. People refer to it as the unknown. When the head and the heart comes together, it takes you to some place you've never been before. And the reason it takes you to some place you've never been before is because when your head and your heart become one, you become someone new. And when you become someone new with your open heart, and when you become aware of your sacred heart, and you begin to have a more trusting heart, you become someone new. And you open up to a greater experience with an open heart and a sacred heart. So surely it's taking you someplace you've never been before. It's a new you. It's a new you, not the old you. It's an important point to remember. A new you, not the old you. So you're moved into an opportunity to have a greater experience. When we do bring our head and our heart together, we give ourselves the opportunity then to feel the infinite, to feel God, to feel the divinity within us, to feel the universe, to feel love, to feel God, to feel the divine, to feel the infinite, to feel the unknown, to feel the invisible, to feel God, to feel the infinite, to feel the invisible, to feel the unknown, to feel the spirit, to feel the presence, to feel God, to feel joy, to feel love. We give ourselves the opportunity to feel the divine more deeply, more consistently, and more completely. When your head and the heart becomes one, a greater experience of God. And when we begin to feel it more completely, more consistently, feel it more deeply, then we become more familiar then with the invisible and the unknown than we are with our feelings of fear that rule our life. That's where we're going, to become more familiar with the feeling of God, more familiar with the feeling of the unknown, more familiar with the feeling of the divine, that it's greater than any fears that define us. Trust to feel. So, the head and the heart comes together, open heart, a trusting heart. That's how we begin to create a whole new life. We're not creating a life by force, not by fight, not by might, not by right, but rather by a feeling. You create a new life when you start to feel like a new person. When you start to feel like the divine lives in you. When you start to feel like God is in you, then you begin to create a new life. It's not by might, not by force, not by being right, but by feeling. We create a new life when finally our heart is free to feel the infinite moving through us. Not sometime, but all the time. Not sometime, but all the time. All the time, then, we are available to feel the infinite at a deeper level, a more greater level than we have ever felt this internal presence within us. Not sometime, but all the time. We've been talking about this all year long, and we've been talking about it, and it may feel like it kind of in a cycle. If you remember, in February, our theme was feel to heal. And then in March, we did heal to trust. And in April, we're doing trust to feel. So it seemingly like we are in a cycle that takes us back to the beginning, where we find that which ails us, which pains us. We feel it so we can heal it, and then when we heal it, we begin to trust and have an open heart. And when we have an open heart, then we can feel more. But it's not circular. It's not a cycle that takes you back to the beginning. It's a cycle that takes you deeper. Feel to heal, heal to trust, trust to feel. It's a cycle that takes you deeper. And it might seem like it's taking you back to the beginning, and things might continue to show up in your life, situations and circumstances, but they're there for you to go deeper. They're there for you to go deeper. It's the opportunity then that you and I have to arrive at a deeper level of feeling the presence of God. To feel a presence that's never an absence. That's our opportunity. Feel to heal. We have the opportunity to acknowledge what hurts, to heal it, and then to feel. And why this is important, as we said before, is because in order to create, the mandate is that you have an open heart, that you become aware of your sacred heart, that you have a trusting heart. If you don't have an open heart, you don't have a trusting heart, you're not aware of your sacred heart, there can be no real creation. So it's a mandate that we have an open heart, that we are trusting it. Trusting our sacred heart, trusting our open heart. He says we believe in our own soul. That's you, your trusting heart, your own destiny. That's you and your awareness of your sacred heart, that we come to trust it. So with a trusting heart, though, then, though we are also in feeling the feelings of our familiar emotions of the past, though we might be feeling the familiar emotions of the past, that which did hurt and that which did cause us pain, though we might be feeling the familiar feelings of uncertainty, these things with an open heart and a sacred heart and a trusting heart, we are also beginning to feel the infinite. We're also beginning to feel a greater realization of the divine power and presence of God as our very life. And it is this feeling then that we are to start trusting, because this feeling, it dissolves. It dissolves our sense of uncertainty. It dissolves any sense of fear that we might have. It dissolves any sense of doubt that we might have. It dissolves what is seemingly there. It dissolves our sense of separation, right? This is important because many of us are stuck on the snake under the bed. And the only way to remove the snake under the bed is to trust and to feel. I think I told this story a couple of times, but at a certain point in time in my life, I got to parent and this little girl, and when she was 3 or 4, something like that, she was going to daycare. And I don't know, they must have been talking about snakes at the daycare. I have no idea where this idea of snake entered into her little mind. But she would get her bath and we would put her down for bed. And before we put her down for bed, we had to check under the bed, because she was certain that a snake was under the bed. So we would put her down for bed. We would check under the bed. Oh, look, baby, no snake, nothing. I got nothing. I don't see no snake. Ain't no snake under the bed. Ain't no snake in the closet. Okay, cool. She would doze off, and then in about 5 minutes, you would hear her, the snake is back. The snake is back. The snake is under the bed. It's under the bed. I saw the snake. Now, I don't know if she saw a snake or not. I can't be sure about it. But when I looked under the bed, I didn't see no snake. The snake under the bed. The only way to get rid of the snake under the bed is to trust what you feel. To trust this feeling of the divine that is within you. To trust the essence and the presence of God that is around you. It's the only way to get rid of the snake under the bed. What I mean by this, or what the opportunity then there is for us, is for our consciousness to become so expanded then that whatever the snake under the bed is, that you and I, we open up to consider something that we've never considered before. That we open up in a way that we become so expansive that we can allow new ideas about the old situation, the past, that we open up to the infinite itself, that we open up to the unknown, that we become more open to the invisible. You know, the unknown and the invisible, as we talk about it, no, it's not empty. It's full. Ernest Holmes says, the invisible is full. It's not empty. It's full of everything you need and nothing that you don't need. This is the feeling that I'm inviting us into, that we start to trust the unknown and the invisible. It's not empty, it's full. Matter of fact, some of y'all fall a little asleep. Tell your neighbor, wake up, you got something to tell them. Tell them this here is important. This is important. Tell your neighbor, the unknown and the invisible is not empty. It's full of everything you need. And tell your other neighbor, the unknown and the invisible is not empty. It's full of everything that you need and nothing that you don't. Y'all up? Y'all got it? Don't miss it. Don't miss the point. So we've got to keep our heart open. We've got to keep our attention on our sacred heart. We've got to keep our awareness on our trusting heart, because it's how we create. It's how we create. Because the thing is that this feeling, this trust to feeling, this feeling is our answered prayer. This feeling of the divine, this feeling of God within, this feeling of the highest and the best, this feeling of being on sacred and holy ground, it is our answered prayer. When we can maintain it, it leads us deeper. When we can maintain it deeper and more consistently and more completely, we become more aware of it than anything else. This feeling of trust, it's compounding. You know what I mean? It's like when you trust, you feel. And when you feel, you trust. And then something else happens and you trust. And then you go deeper and you feel deeper. And then you trust the feeling. And then when you trust the feeling, it compounds and your trust becomes more. And then you start to trust more. And when you start to trust more, you move deeper into the feeling of being whole and complete, of being divine, and you feel it even more. It's compounding. You trust and you feel. You feel and you trust. You trust and you feel. You feel and you trust. It's answered prayer. Right? When you get this, you understand that there's no need for us to continue to look for a demonstration. You are the demonstration. How you feel. And if you're trusting how you're feeling, that's the demonstration. It is a demonstration. There's no demonstration outside of you until there's trusting and the feeling and trusting within you. In Living the Infinite Way, Joel Goldsmith on page 120, he says this about the realization of the presence of God. He says that beyond that, this feeling, this realization of the presence of God, he says we need nothing. It is far better to have that realization than to have the entire world of fame and fortune, because that realization is the source and multiplier of loaves and fishes, appearing as health, wealth, companionship, and recognition. Whatever the immediate need may be, the presence of God is the fulfillment of that need. And the presence of God is not outside of you. The presence of God is within you. And when you feel the presence of God, you can begin to trust the presence of God. You don't need anything else, he says. He said, in our ignorance, we as individuals have become separated from the actual experience of God. And so we must ask that God reveal itself. We must ask for wisdom, for light, for grace, but that is all. This form of prayer is wisdom, but the prayer which is a petition beseeching God for supply, security, or peace is foolishness in the sight of God. He says supply, security, and peace are free gifts, only awaiting the bringing of ourselves into harmony with God's law. To review the nature of God's work on earth and to realize that there is an infinite wisdom and a divine love governing this universe will bring such a great feeling of peace that we may well wonder what could have given us concern. He says the mere statement that God is infinite wisdom and divine love will not be of any great value. There must be the actual experience of an inner awareness which comes as a result of our deep contemplation of the realization of God within us, of the divine within us, our deep contemplation until we get to the realization of love that is within us, of infinite intelligence that's flowing through us, until we get to a point where we are so sure of it, we feel it and we trust it, that nothing can change us. That nothing can move you from it. But we've got to learn to trust it. We've got to get comfortable living in the unknown. He says that nothing should concern us. And you might be thinking, okay, but how do I get there? How do I get to that point? How do I get to that feeling? Well, there is no map to get you there. It is your trusting heart, your open heart, your sacred heart that you trust and you feel. That is your map. I'm going to tell you again. Your sacred heart, your open heart, your trusting heart, it doesn't need a map. It is the map. One more time, y'all. Your sacred heart, your open heart, your trusting heart, it doesn't need a map. It is the map. Your open heart, your sacred heart, your trusting heart, it doesn't need a map. It is the map. Your sacred heart, your trusting heart, your open heart, it doesn't need a map. It is the map. It is the map. It is the map. It's the map. For whatever. For whatever. It is the map. For whatever guidance you need. Whatever direction you need. It is the map. Whatever supply you might need, whatever substance you might need, whatever clarity you might need, whatever insight you might need, whatever money you might need, whatever clarity you might need, whatever insight you might need. If you need to be feeling whole and well and healthy, it's the map. For whatever you need, it's the map. When you feel it, you become certain of it. This is a thing of certainty. When you feel it, when you trust what you feel, it's certain. It's certain. You got to be so certain of it. It's like, I was thinking, sometimes I got to remind y'all, I used to play basketball, but I remember one time when I was playing basketball and we was in a playoff game, and the game was about to end. There was 1 second left. And somebody fouled me. Y'all know what that is? You foul, and you're gonna take some free throws, right? So somebody fouled me, and I stepped up to the line to take my 2 shots. And the girl on my team, she stepped across the line. So when you shoot, if a person steps across the line, the point don't count. We needed 1 point to win. I had 2 shots. We needed 1 point to win. I had 2 shots. I step up, I shoot, she step on the line. The point don't count. But I was so certain. She came up to me, I pushed her back. I pushed her back. I said, get back. Give me the ball. Get back. Give me the ball. Boom, 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 we win. The crowd goes wild. Certainty. You got to be certain about this feeling. That you trust it. That you trust it more deeper, more consistently, and more completely. But don't get caught up in the trust. Because trust and trusting is a practice to be practiced. Don't complicate trust. Tell your neighbor, trusting is a practice to be practiced. Trusting is a practice to be practiced. Yeah. Trusting is a practice to be practiced. Otherwise, we complicate trust. We have a strong desire within ourselves to want to litigate and justify trust. But trust don't need litigation and justification. It just needs to be practiced. Trust don't need litigation and justification. It just needs to be practiced. It's a practice that needs to be practiced. So you can begin to trust the feeling of the divine within you so you can create the life that you desire. It needs no litigation and justification. It just simply needs to be practiced. For many of us, though, we think that trust is a problem. Trust ain't a problem. Trust is a portal. When you start to practice trust, you start to feel and trust and feel and trust and feel and trust and feel and trust. Trusting ain't no problem. Trusting is a portal. And where is it taking you? Deeper. Trust is not a problem. Tell your neighbor. It's a portal. It's taking us someplace we've never been. It's taking you someplace you've never been. It's taking us someplace we've never been. It's taking us to the unknown. It's taking us to the invisible. And Ernest Holmes would say that the invisible, it's not empty, it's full. It's taking us someplace we've never been, to the unknown. And you might be wondering what it feels like. John Legend would say, it feels like heaven. This morning, Calista said, it feels so good in our prayer. That's what it feels like. It feels so good. And you can trust it. It feels like heaven. and you can trust it. Let us move into a moment of gratitude again. Let us drop into our hearts. You all know how to do it. We did it this morning. Bring your full attention and all of your energy into your heart area. If you so move, put your hand over your heart and begin to feel the emotions of the heart. Feeling a deep sense of gratitude. A deep sense of love. A deep sense of relief. Stay aware of it. Feel it. It's taking you someplace you've never been. Feel it. Feel it within you. Feel it in your heart. For a greater sense of this gratitude and this love, just allow yourself again to think about a time when somebody did something for you unexpectedly. Maybe it was a smile. Maybe somebody picked up the phone. Maybe somebody gave you some money when you needed it. Maybe somebody prayed for you. Be grateful for it. Allow yourself to feel it. This deep sense of gratitude and love. It is the essence of the divine. It is the realization of the Spirit in you. Feel it. Trust it. Feel it within you. Feel it all around you. Trust it. It's taking you someplace you've never been before. Feel it and be certain of it. Be certain of the feeling that you're feeling, that it's God, that it's divine, that it's holy, that it's sacred, that it's right, that it's guiding you, that it's leading you, that it's directing you, not sometime, but all the time. Feel it. Feel it. Stay aware of it. Stay aware of this feeling. Remember how it feels in this moment. To be aware that the divine lives in you. Stay aware that this feeling that you're beginning to trust, that it is your map, and you don't need no map. Trust it. Feel it. Feel it. Trust it. Trust it. Feel it. Feel it. Trust it. Trust it. Feel it. Feel it. Trust it. Slowly then, let us all begin to bring our attention and our awareness back. Slowly come back. Come back. Slowly. Feeling yourself supported by your seat and grounded by your feet. And so it is. And so as we journey on throughout our week, let me remind you to trust what you feel. Because trusting is compounding. You trust and you feel and you trust. You feel and you trust and you feel more deeply, more consistently, and more completely. So it is.